quality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence. There is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is a curious listener. Here she is, Chris.
Welcome, Curious Times. It's Sunday. So Nick's here. We have a 1.5-hour show tonight. And he had me. He made. So tomorrow, Diana Monroe is here. Tuesday, we're off. Wednesday, Kathleen Moore is here. Corinne De Winter is here on Saturday, and then a week from tonight, Salva starts on her Sunday slot. Once a month, last Sunday, I think. I remember if it's the fourth Sunday or the last Sunday. Most months it's the same. Some months it's not the same. Can't hear me? Not hear me? Mike, you should be able to hear me, for heaven's sake. What? It says, oh, geez, this is this new Skype. Is it different from the other day? I do not enjoy the new Skype at all. This is something, see, because now I'm going to be breathing and everything, and you know how I hate breathing. So, like, I cannot have a microphone that close to my face. Now, is that okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know what the heck. Is it loud? Is it quiet? Like, what the heck is going on? I want to try and find my settings, audio, microphone. It's automatically adjusted. We're going to leave it that way, I guess. I don't know, you guys. Je ne sais pas. Let me go just get back over with. Forget that. Why can I always get so sidetracked by sound problems? Okay. Hi, Sherry. Sherry just jumped in. Mary Margaret. Once I mention one, I better mention everybody. Dan. Hi, Dan. Diane was the first one here. Mary Margaret. Hello. Bonjour. Sherry, 17. Oh, now I said Sherry's name twice. Now I have to start all over and say everyone's name twice. I'm just kidding. And we have a caller, 417, and then we have some anonymous person. Oh, that's me. And, of course, Nick. What is so wrong with me? Nick. Everything. What do you want that alphabetically, Chris? What's wrong with you? Okay, Nick's here, and he's the most important. Mary Margaret wants a reading. Okay, Mary Margaret, you're second then. We might have to launch straight into calls if this keeps up. Just kidding. Okay, let's go. I told you what's coming up. Nick is, of course, our friend from Australia, the young lad who's just eternally happy and jolly, for real. What is that all about? And I'll have what he's having, you know what I mean? But he kind of, walks 1 foot. He's almost like he's, easily able to tap into his spiritual side and easily able to tap into his wild party kid self. You know what I mean? And but anyway, he is a happy guy. He so many people would say that they feel like he just really he just really can elevate somebody's mood. And it's almost like some baby. You can't, there's something in everyone's life that you can't see it without smiling, no matter what. And so sometimes Nick provides that just by his mere presence to people. Not me, of course, not me. I'm very hard to make smile. Anyway, he's also does. So he does his readings and his guidance and whatnot like this, a little bit of coaching thrown in. He does awesome jewelry. He's going to become probably, what do they call, like a master jeweler, like a master guy, like an awesome, excellent, most excellent psychic chef, a stone and jewelry whisperer. Oh, jewelry whisperer. That's a good one. Buddy, you should trademark that slogan or that title or that name or that whatever. Jewelry Whisperer. You should trademark that. Worldwide. Trademark it. Okay. Anyway, Nick is here. You can find him. Let's ask Nick where you can find him, because he's also the nomadic psychic dude, which means I never know where the hell to find him, So let's just go get him and say, hey, Nick, how's it going and where can we find you?
How's it going? I'm in Brisbane. Still good old Brisbane. Sweating. I'm not going to say the B word, but sweating every part of my body. It's disgustingly hot. But having a good time. Oh, whoops, I should put my camera on. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just really hot. So, every day now, I'm just, I have, 3 showers a day. Trying to, stay clean.
That Nick, he's hot. You know what I mean? And I heard that about you. I heard that.
I prefer to be cold. I want to be cold.
We're having a hair growing contest or something.
We are. Mine's getting, too long. I think I probably should just get a little bit of a trim. I've always heard about split ends, and I'm sure I've got plenty of those. I don't know what they look like, so I have no idea, but it looks okay.
Well, you got young eyes still. I don't have young eyes. So I'd have to get me one of these.
And get in real close. Oh my god, it's got lights as well. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's lights and everything, man. Lights and everything.
I've got a giant version of that for my jewelry. It's too big for me to even bring over here because it's massive and it's attached to the table.
Like this, and you go, oh my god. Yeah, and you actually see one piece of hair with two tips, basically. If you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but yeah, I haven't really seen much of that yet. Looks okay.
Just do this. Just go Google split ends and then click images.
Oh wait, there's one. I think that's one.
Oh my god, yeah, split end discovered here. You heard it here first on Curious Time.
I'm not all perfect, am I? Covered in split ends.
You're not. How you gonna get a date now if you have split ends? Jeez. Oh my god. You're not gonna get a date. You have to go to work, or are you delivering some jewelry? Which is it?
Right now I'm not working. Well, I am working my own stuff, but I'm not working for someone else. I used to work at a bakery. I'm no longer working there, which is amazing. Like, I have these moments, like, where I'm like, like, I work tomorrow, and then I'm like, wait, no, I don't. Oh, yeah. So I am doing work, though, for, like, all my jewelry and art and that kind of thing. And I've got a lot of projects that I want to do this year. Like, I'm starting to design some clothes and stuff. I want to start making music. I want to take my jewelry to, like, whole new heights and levels. What was the other thing I'm going to be doing? And yeah, lots of other things.
That's really going to be your thing, I think. You know what I mean? Is the jewelry thing. Yeah.
I know, everyone loves it. And it's really cool because I'm getting so many commissions with it. And, like, you know, like, I'm posting out 2 today. And then I've got, like, another 4 to make this week. So I am really loving it. And it's very, I don't know, it's super peaceful. Like, I just sit at my desk, like, jeweling away. And I have a really good time.
When you're really, really good, like, good enough to satisfy your high standards. You know what I mean? Okay? Then, because other people will tell you how awesome you are, but you'll have your own, you know what I'm saying? You're always like, see the flaws.
That's the magic that I'm at now. Like, now I'm, like, making stuff, and I'm like, I love this. Like, there's nothing that I'm like, oh, like, that could be better. I'm actually like, this is freaking awesome. And, like, sometimes I don't even want to sell it, because, like, I want to wear it. So that's what I've been waiting for.
Now what you got to do is you got to find somebody famous or semi-famous, okay? No, don't laugh. Do not laugh.
No, it's true. It's true. I remember, like, 2 years ago, I wanted to do it for Katy Perry. I just never did it.
So here, and then you find them, and but you look for one that is a little bit like spiritual too, right? Like you can kind of know who those ones are, right? Ones that are into the little woo-woo, you know? And then you send them a piece, right? Tell them I made this just for you, blah, blah, blah. If you like it, please tell others. If not, don't say a word. Okay? You know what I mean? That's what you should do. That's what you should do.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that for a while, and I just haven't, like, I haven't made something that I'm like, yes, I want to send this to this person. But maybe I'll do that soon. I don't know. Yeah. I'm in such a, the mood right now that I'm in. I guess I've been in this for a while now. Like, I'm not, like, in any rush at all.
So here's another idea, okay? Do you guys have, because of course we're in different cultures, right? But I'm sure that you're not that far off from us. So do you guys have like morning news shows that go for a 2 or 3 hour period where it's like a talk show thing too, and they do the news and that? And they'll have guests on and stuff from time to time to do little demonstrations and stuff. So pick one of the news anchors. What's going to happen is your exposure is going to be local then first, which means you'll get some immediate, you know what I mean, immediate business out of it. If you can send a piece into one of the anchors, or both of the anchors, if there's some guy and a girl or whatever it is, right? Okay, and then tell them you'd also like to come on and talk about your jewelry making, right? And then you can maybe even do just a little demonstration, figure out something you can do in 3 or 4 minutes. That's a little tip or a trick for somebody in the jewelry making thing, and but then it's local, so people can come, you know, it's easier for people to access you, right?
Yeah. That's really true. That's really true. I just need to hire you. You can be my marketer, my head, is that what it's called? My marketing team? You can manage all that for me.
Public relations, yeah.
Public relations, I love that.
Yeah.
You release when I make like a really big oopsie, like a really big mistake in the public eye, you can be the one that writes my apology that I post on Twitter or whatever.
The public fixer. Okay. Anyway, so we got all that done. Now listen, what's our time here? We have just a little bit over an hour left, an hour and 10 minutes left, okay? Do you want to jump on some calls right first and then see where we're at time-wise so we don't miss anyone? Okay, let's do that. Let's go to, find out who's at 417. Hello, 417.
Hi, it's Sam from Missouri.
Who's it?
Sam from Missouri.
It is Pam. How are you,
It
Pam?
is.
What the?
I'm good. I'm glad the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl.
Was that the game?
Knocks the Chiefs out. Yes.
There was
I'm
the
excited.
controversial pass interference that you had to be blind as a referee not to effing call. Is that the same game? Or is that a different game?
No, that was the game before it. That was the Rams.
Yeah, like so now the guys that got that call, like that got away with it, are they the guys that won or did they lose?
They won.
So the bad guys won.
Yep, the Rams won, and now Tom Brady and the Patriots are going back. They knocked the Chiefs out in May Homes.
Mhm.
Yay.
All right, so it's going to be we got to cheer for the Patriots.
Yes.
Okay, that's the Patriots. You heard it here first, Patriots. I wanted to.
Is that the team? Is that the team that like everyone like if they win like everyone goes onto the streets and like set fires to like cars and like has a big kind of riot / celebration, or is that a different like team or sport?
That's the Super Bowl coming up. Yeah, the Super Bowl's a pretty big deal in the United States, not in Canada. That kind of is in Canada probably, but not for me. But listen,
Yeah, same with me.
Real quick because I made that note, and now I lost the note. But I remembered it. See, because I wrote it down. So listen, I had to go to the store. I finally got to the store today, and now I'm suffering with my back again because of it. But when I was coming home, of course it's dark because it's dark early anyways. But I mean, I'm coming home, and I'm like and there's this beautiful full moon. Yes, and so I'm like So now I decide I'm going to talk to the moon. So I had a little discussion with the moon. Okay? And like I started to realize, it's funny how these things can happen. Like, it takes me 10 minutes to tell what happened in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? But so everybody talks about the new moon is when you do manifesting, and the full moon is when you like release and get rid of and all of that, eh? So I'm like going, well, everything's ass backwards in my life, it seems. So I'm saying this on it, and I am looking at you right now, Moon, and I am expecting abundance. and that can take any form, a great job, just a windfall of some kind, whatever. Who cares? I need some abundance. And so then I'm all like, I'm bucking the system. Everybody does manifesting on the new moon, and I keep being a follower on that. And to me, I'm like, it's full. It means like I want my bank account to be. You know what I mean? Like I want everything full. So I'm gonna switch things up, and I did an abundance check today. Right while the show promo, where the show intro was going on, I wrote an abundance check where I would normally do that on the new moon. There, I said it. Bucking the system. I'm switching it over. I'm switching things up. I'm going. I'm doubling down on the full moon. Now the end. Go ahead.
I love it. Making your own rules. That's the way to do it, Chris. That's the way to do it.
That's right. So,
and it is the year of the pig in Chinese New Year, so this is the abundance year. The pig represents abundance and wealth, so here it comes.
Except here's the thing. I'm a snake, and like, you know, in the Chinese restaurants on the little throwaway paper mats, and they have like the Chinese astrology. Maybe you've never seen. I don't know. Have you ever seen that? So on one of them little mini ones like that, it's like the pig is my enemy.
Guess you're screwed then, Chris. Sorry.
In fact, I have some bacon that I'm going to be loving really soon.
I love bacon.
Okay, pig is not my enemy. Go ahead, Pam. You now have the floor for the third time.
All righty. I'm still excited over this ball game. Let's talk. All right.
Haven't they won like 5 years in a row?
Pardon? Hello?
He said they won like 5 years in a row or something.
Yeah, they've got several rings. Several. They took Kansas City out, though. That makes me happy.
Oh, you don't like the Kansas City. See, my whole thing is I would probably choose the other guys, except for that they won possibly by the fact that that call didn't get called on them. So
yeah,
they got away.
For them.
You would have to be blind.
Yep,
you would have to be blind to not call that pass interference. The guy practically took out a freaking machine gun and shot him a million times, right in front of God and the whole world. And still the referee didn't blow the whistle. But anyway, Pam,
the Saints. They cheated the Saints badly.
Yes. Okay. Let's get on with the reading.
All right.
I won't bring up the Tom Brady scandal then, will I?
Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm not an expert in that, so I shouldn't. Anyway, reading time. Let's get down to business.
Right.
So, do you have any questions or anything, Pam, or did you want me to just kind of dive right in? What do you feel?
You can dive in if you want to.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be a fun year. I think it already has been quite a fun year for you. The new year, the new you in many ways. We're all obsessed with that, aren't we? New me, resolutions. I'm going to be this way this year. I'm going to do that this year. And it's cool, it's good, it's awesome, but I don't think you really need to do that as much as other people. I think this year, instead of improving yourself, I would spend a lot more time valuing yourself and acknowledging who you kind of already are now. There's always things that can change and will change, but I would spend the next couple months in particular because it feels right for you. I'm not sure if it's some astrological thing or something like that, but it feels right for you to spend some real kind of genuine time, like acknowledging yourself, giving yourself a pat on the back. It's almost like you've been through a lot of hardship and you need to kind of give yourself a little bit of like, oh, you made it, good job. They're kind of giving me an image of someone climbing up a mountain, getting to the top of the mountain, and then just walking straight back down again without kind of taking a moment to go like, wow, like look at the view from up here, how beautiful, how marvelous. So I really encourage you to do that. There's something very powerful about that because it gets you motivated. It gets you feeling good in yourself. It gets you feeling powerful in yourself. So then you can go and tackle all those resolutions and those changes and make those, jumps forward and, who we want to be and who we dream to be. And this is good for everyone, I think. Really kind of, instead of forcing yourself or instead of just going straight to the, I need to change, take a moment and kind of feel where you're at now before you even change. And like acknowledge where you're at now and kind of give it a little bit of attention and affection. Because then, as I said, it gives you that feeling of goodness. It feels nice. It feels peaceful. It feels good. So then you can take that leap and dive into, whatever you want to dive into. We're so quick in our mind. We're so immediate in, we just want to go, do, rush, which is fine. But I think sometimes, and it feels like now more than ever, we're being encouraged to slow down a little bit. And it's not like, don't do anything and just sit around all day, but it's like, take your time with this. There's no rush to achieve all these things yet, because you've already achieved so much. You've already got so many medals. Maybe you don't need to get, 2 more medals this month. Maybe, like, chill out, and then next month get another medal or something. And what they mean by medals is just, like, changes or achievements or whatever. So yeah, I think that'll be a really fun practice for you, like, just to start off. You don't even have to do it for a couple months, like maybe just this week. This coming week, make it about feeling good in yourself, feeling good about who you are and where you're at and what's occurring to you. Instead of rushing to change it, maybe take a moment to feel it and know it. Because when you do that as well, you become highly aware of it, whatever it is. If you want to get better at, I don't know, you want to do more exercise, and you look at your body and you don't, like your body or something like that. That motivation to like exercise, I don't think is as powerful as the opposite of going, okay, like I want to be different, but I'm going to embrace where I'm at now. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to resist it. I'm not going to hate it, because all that really does is build resentment within myself. All it does is build anger in myself, frustration, that kind of thing. And we all know how emotional and, what's the word? Also lazy, but not lazy. What's the word for this? Clumsy we are when we act out of kind of either desperation or frustration or anger or fear or anything like that. Like you make the most mistakes when you're not feeling good in yourself. You make the most mistakes when you're not feeling connected to yourself, when you're feeling calm in yourself, when you're feeling balanced in yourself. So there's this big call for you to like really take some time for yourself, and before you take the leap into the new year, take a leap within yourself and feel who you really are. Because it is magnificent. Like, it is magnificent. They're not doing this to, I don't know, to make you be aware of, I don't know, problems or anything like that. They want you to do it to see your value and your worth. No matter what you may feel see physically or experience physically, they want you to go to your core more than anything else. So I hope that makes sense. Next part as well for this year. This is cool. I feel like a lot of fun this year for you. And as the year progresses, you'll have more time and more ability to like get excitement going. That's the word they want to use. They don't even want to use fun. It's more excitement. So I feel like a lot of things will really come to you this year, whether it's, grandkids or something like that, like things that are really make you feel really good and make you feel really happy. And they also, what's the word for this? They encourage you to do stuff, but what's the word for this? It's not like wait for it. It's like let it kind of happen. Like for you right now, it feels like you're at this time where you don't have to do as much as maybe what you used to do. Things can slow down a little bit. You can take your time with stuff. You can really relish in the present moment as well. Like that's the power of taking your time, is you can make every single moment a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. Any questions before I go on?
Yes, I saw my dad here earlier, and I was just wondering if he had a message or if he is just here to watch football.
I think you got it except for the football part. But the image is sorry?
My dad and that used to be our thing, was to watch football. Yeah. And
well, he was very
in my recliner.
Well, it's funny because he gave me the image of you sitting on him. So maybe he's like saying, "Oh, I'm the recliner. Like I've become the recliner, so you can still sit on my lap," kind of thing. But yeah, it is very much he just wants to hang out with you and like experience this with you. But the way that he puts it is, it's not so much about football anymore. It's more about watching you watch football. Do you know what I mean? It's more about getting to experience you and your excitement and your joy and your enthusiasm and your frustration and all those emotions that come with watching football. Is like, I love watching that more than football now. He finds you to be more exciting. Of course, he loves you. But he's like, to watch you get excited about it is almost more exciting than actually watching the game. To watch you, I don't know, stand up and go, "Oh, that was a bullshit call," or whatever. He's like, that's more exciting than watching the whole, that whole experience happen. Which I think is really beautiful. It's a really lovely message because they kind of, what's the word for this? Like, it's a beautiful symbol, I guess you could say, and like all showing all this stuff around the world. Like, it's not as important as like us and loving each other and loving our family and all that kind of thing. But it's also just this message of like, I don't know, he just cares more about you than anything else, which I think is just, I don't know, beautiful and special. I see him eating a lot. So I really enjoy that this year as well. Chocolate. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I see him eating a lot and like sitting there and just. So I think when the game happens, he's like feast. Like I almost see like a big like array of all these different things. I get like, as I say, love chocolate. I get some chocolate. Get things that he loves as well. and like had a bit of a feast, and make it a party, yes, of like, yeah, we're watching the football, but is like, I want you to make the experience the most special, like, as possible. Is like showing me like all these different types of foods, and like it's kind of a funny image, but showing me like a picture of like a beautiful bouquet of flowers on the table as well. He's like, make it like the most sweet and beautiful special experience for you, because then that is kind of like a manifestation in a way. That is you, what's the word for this? Not only like asking for like success in the game or whatever, but success in yourself. You know, like it feels good to do things like that. It feels good to have fun and treat yourself and do things that are special for others and that kind of thing. So really dive into that and really have fun with that. And like that's the kind of approach that I think they want you to take this year. Is it's like, okay, they show me a picture of you writing a letter to someone, and instead of just writing the letter on the piece of paper and that's it, they're like drawing like little flowers in the corner, and they're doing like a beautiful like kind of swirly lined border, and they're like doing little drops of like scent onto the paper, and they're like, make everything that you do just that little bit extra special, because not only for others but for yourself as well. You know, it feels good to make something pretty. It feels good to like treat yourself and to treat others in that way. So really have fun with that. Anything else? And he just loves you. I was like, anything else he wants to say is love you. Absolutely loves you. Obviously, but that's all they wanted to really tell us anyway, is they love us. And he's showing me him poking you, so he's probably going to poke you during the game, like, what's the word for this? Just being like, did you see that? Like, I just kind of see him being really like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Because he wants to see your response. He wants to see you excited, like, talk to him, you know, when you're like watching him, be like, oh my god, you know, did you see that? Say that back to him, kind of thing. But yeah, I hope that all made sense.
All right. I thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you.
Don't be such a stranger.
I know. I remember at 10 o'clock my time, and I'm like, oh, dang it.
Hey, Pam, well, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you around a little bit more.
You will. All right.
All right. Peace
Have
out.
a good night.
Okay. And Amy, if you want to talk to Nick, let me know also. Mary Margaret will be up next. Hi, Marie. How are you? Okay. Hey, Mary Margaret. Hello. Unmute thyself. I got you unmuted on my end. Oh, my God.
Hello?
Okay, there you are.
Yeah, just my luck, huh? Hi, Nick.
How's it going, Mary?
Just the old bag again.
Full of smiles and full of laughs. I love it.
Oh, good. I just want to know if you see anything coming up for me, or what you can pull out there.
This is really cool. I love this image. So the first thing they're showing is just like you within yourself. Like your eyes are closed. You're like sitting there. It's almost like you're in like a little ball, but like, you know, you're not like actually in a ball, but you're just like really close to yourself and really like connected to yourself, and like really falling in love with yourself, and like spending like an hour just like rolling around in bed, just being like, oh, I just like feel so good in me, like feeling yourself so deeply internally, so intimately, that you're just like, oh, I just love. And it's almost like you don't want to get out of bed, not because you're like lazy or tired, but because you're so like in love with you. And if you got out of bed, you'd have to walk, and like the walking would kind of distract you from being like lost and in love with yourself, which is a really beautiful, beautiful image. And like, what a wonderful way to start the year. It's just this message of like, this is what you should be doing if you're not doing it, but this is like what they really recommend, because you have led and continue to lead such a beautiful life, and they really, really just say like, I love it because it does actually tie in with the other message, the one the reading before, of just like, you don't need to improve like at all. You don't need to grow at all. You don't need to change at all. Like now you're at this wonderful time where you can really just love yourself and love your life and love your family and love your friends and love your house and love your bed and love your food and love your kitchen and love your stove and love your toilet and everything. Love it all and like enjoy it all. And like one example I give is like, I see you like cleaning, and we're going back to the toilet. I know it's kind of funny, but I think this is a perfect example for this. You're cleaning your toilet, but you're doing it with the most like sweet, beautiful smile. And like every like wipe you're doing, it's like you're wiping it with like gold paint, and you're just like clean. And I know it's a weird image, but you're just like cleaning this toilet with just such love and such joy. And then I don't know, you go into the kitchen, and like all you're making is like toast with like a little bit of butter, or you're making like, and this is another weird image, but you're making just like 2 bits of bread with like mayonnaise in the middle. Like, and they say like you're doing it with just such love and joy and peace and celebration of just doing that thing. And I think this is a really, really, really powerful thing. This is like a practice that, you know, like Zen monks and, you know, religious, like super spiritual Hindus and stuff in the middle of the jungle, this is what they do. They approach everything, whatever it is, one little step. You know, like looking at their toe, drawing a picture as Chris is doing. You know, there's some magic that you can find in all these things. And use the love and the flow that's within yourself to do that. You know, to enjoy that, to experience that with such strength and power of love, I guess, but of joy as well, of peace as well, and that kind of thing. So do your best to make that your practice, whatever it is you're doing. You know, be this little, like, this graceful fairy, this, you know, beautiful angel. You know, be this, what's the word, like, angelic Mother Mary that walks around and just touches everything, and everything you touch just turns to light, turns to gold, turns to bliss, because of what's inside of you, because of the energy that you've got going on inside of you, because you're so ready to just love and smile and laugh and enjoy. You know, it is such a blessing. It's something that so many people, they're not missing, but like the world would definitely be a much nicer place. It reminds me of like going to like a Japanese tea ceremony. Like a lot of Japanese culture actually, like in what's the word, like is influenced by these kind of ideas of like doing everything with such purpose and focus and love and appreciation. It's a very powerful thing. You know, if you're going to paint a picture, and I think this is a really good experiment. Okay, like if you're, let's say drawing. If you're not good at drawing, I want you to do 2 drawings. The first one, you just do it normally, your same old self, like drawing a flower. And then the next time I want you to do it with just like a smile on your face. And take your time, and don't think about the end result, and don't try and draw the most perfect thing ever, and don't, you know, follow what other people think you should do for drawing a flower, and just kind of approach it with just this calm, gentle peace, and watch what you draw, watch what actually comes out in front of you, and you'll be surprised how magic it is compared to your usual approach to drawing. And that's why I think they use the example of like the toilet. You know, like it's a silly example, but it is something that is like, it's like the perfect thing to do it on. You know, like the toilet isn't the nicest thing. You know, it's not like a beautiful flower. It's not a, you know, a golden statue or like some delicate vase. It's like the thing that we, you know, poop and pee in, but that doesn't matter. They want you to approach everything, whatever it is, even, you know, washing the dishes, whatever it is, doing it with just this gentle grace, this sweet love, you know, like that is very powerful. And not just because you do nice things, you draw nice things, you clean things well, but because it feels really, really good. Like you're at this stage, as I said before, like you're at this stage of just loving and enjoying life. You know, like that's what you should be doing now more than anything. Is just feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Not trying to achieve as much as you think you have to achieve, or trying to do as much as you think you should be doing. Now, of course, still do things, you know, I was saying, like clean and you know, make food and do these things, yes. But just notice how you're doing them. Notice the feeling inside and going, oh, I'm not feeling that happy. Okay, before I do this, before I clean the house, or before I, you know, go into the garden, or before I don't know, watch TV, whatever it is, I'm going to get really in love. I'm going to fall in love. I'm going to feel really alive. I'm going to be really calm. Whatever feeling you want to feel. You know, it doesn't have to be like supreme joy. It doesn't have to be profound love. It could just be like calmness. It could just be contentedness. It could just be, you know, a little bit of peace. But they really encourage you to like harness the power within you, because it is very, very powerful. Like, you have such a big, wonderful energy, like huge, wonderful energy, and it extends so much further outside of your body. So they really encourage you to harness that and use that. And that will make this year magic. That will make this year incredible. That will give you all the opportunities that you want. That will provide all the celebration that you want, all the opportunities that you want as well. You know, because you'll be walking down the street smiling away, and you know, people come up to you and be like, "Oh my God, you're the most beautiful smile." And you know, what's the word for this? Things will just like fall in your lap. You know, things will just appear for you because of who you are, because of the energy that you're emitting, because of the smile that's within, because of the love that's flowing through you. We really underestimate that. We think we have to do all this stuff, but like, not really. Not as much as we think we have to. The most powerful thing we have is that energy, that vibration. You know, we're talking about before about manifesting. The most powerful thing of it isn't the words that you say, isn't the ritual that you do. It's the feeling within. It's the knowing behind it. It's the power that's actually within you that's doing the work. So play with that. Play with that, because it's very fun and it's very powerful, and it shows you how magic everything is, how profound everything actually is. Does that all make sense?
Yes. And I've got 2 canvases here. I'll do it, and I'll send you the pictures.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, go for it, and have fun with both methods, of course. But yeah, try it out, because I think you'll be really surprised. I think you'll create, and it might not be necessarily better. Like, this is the funny thing as well. Like, it might not actually be a better looking picture, but the feeling that you had throughout the whole process makes it a better picture, because you felt so good doing it. You know, you felt so alive, you felt so calm, you felt so loving while you were doing it. And so then it made it a better picture for that reason, not just because it's like, oh, that looks a lot more like a flower than that picture. You know, it's not just out of that logical mind kind of aspect, it's out of that, I loved painting that. Like, that was so much fun to make. That was so much fun to do. Anyway, yeah, have fun with that and enjoy. I love
Thank
it.
you. That's awesome.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Have a good
year.
one.
Thank you.
Hey, Mary.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, Amy, did you want to come or no? Oh, what? I thought I muted you. Are we playing like dueling? Like, I mute you and then you unmute you, which unmutes you, which I blah blah blah. Yes. Okay. I know. I'm always like mute.
What were you drawing, Chris? I'm
Oh,
jealous. I want to draw.
I cannot draw. Clearly, you saw that. I can't draw like a 3D, you know, but I mean, I was trying to illustrate that I had a problem because I found some old pot seeds, you know, and it's legal here. Everything's legal. It's all good. And so I'm not breaking any laws. And so now I'm not holding out much hope that those ones will work. But then I came across another little place that I had a few big seeds. And on YouTube. And so you can take in a little tube, take the mold seeds, and put them in a little wash with some peroxide, but mostly water, like really diluted peroxide. And let that sit there. It cleanses off the seeds, and that takes care if there's any mildew or mold or anything on that or anything. You don't want any contaminants. Then you take it and you put it into a sugar and water mixture. And the sugar helps it like it stimulates it. Like, this is specifically for older seeds, right? Yeah. Supposedly stimulates it. You have a greater chance. So I have a grow light, a single grow, you know, and it was shaped like that, you know, like it was shaped like sort of like this, eh? So it's not like a normal light. Like it's got a wider. Anyway, it don't matter. And so,
Yeah.
but and what it was I didn't have. Like I know that it's best if I can get one to sprout, then it's best to not have the light too high because it jumps up to the light and the stem is too weak. And so you want to be able to like gradually raise the light as the plant is growing, and the plant will keep growing light. And so, but I didn't have a way to easily adjust the light. And so for now, anyway, this is just a temporary solution. I have this lamp, an old lamp, and I just had it there, but I'd rather it be the light on top of the on top of the plant, not beside it or something like that, right? I want it on top. Yeah. And so and where I am is downstairs, and I have like a washing machine way over there. I have a dryer, and then over here I have a big long deep freeze, right? And and then I noticed today I have a shelf above all that, and on that shelf is this rack that you the dryer if you want to like dry shoes or anything that's clunky. Keeps it from like banging around inside your dryer. It just sits on this rack in your dryer. I'm like, I have an idea. I'd take the light bulb off the lamp, take the whole lamp and turn it upside down, chuck it down through the space in the rack, right? And now it's resting on, because the base of it is quite large, right? Yeah. The lamp. So that's holding it there. I have some weights at the back of that rack holding it to make sure that that's all good. And then I put the light bulb on, and it's like a perfect right above the little plant.
I love it.
I come up with the dumbest things, but anyway.
That's the way to do it. I think that's the way to do it. Just find random stuff and piece something together. It's way more fun. How old are the seeds? Because you could have some like pure strain that's like not even available anymore or something like that.
He's so old because even as much as, first of all, it's been like maybe 8 to 10 years since I was smoking any, right? And even in the 5 years or more leading up to that, even more, that's when they started to do hydroponic growing, and then you stopped getting seeds in your pot anymore, right?
Yeah.
You just didn't get them. You just never, because people learned how to grow seedless plants.
Yeah.
And it also makes them more potent if there's not seeds. And so probably these seeds are as much as 20 years old, if not older.
Wow.
But this guy
That's so crazy.
This guy got some seeds that are like vegetable seeds that are like, and this is like dates back to like almost 75 or 80 years ago.
Yeah.
And like this is before GMO shit and all that stuff was going on. So he's got himself some. And what it was he was looking around and he found somebody that worked at this seed place, right? They had made a shadow box of little packets of seeds. And then it's all encased in glass and it hung on the wall in the business, right?
Yeah.
But those are real seed packages of seeds. So he paid to buy the shadow box just to get the seeds. And because apparently, seeds like that can be very expensive even for fruit, like for vegetables and that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he was doing the experiment of and he came with the washing of and then into and try to never touch it with your hand if you can and everything like that. And like that's crazy. In the old days, you pushed it down into the dirt and over your hand. You know what I mean? Like it was no big deal. But these are old seeds, so they may or may not. But I have a second backup little bunch that I found. Not many, but they've been kept away in a very dry place. You know what I mean? Like there's no. Yeah. So if these ones don't work, then maybe I can get one of them too, and we'll see. If not,
how exciting!
$30 freaking for one seed. Like
Yeah, I know you can buy them, but yeah, it's expensive.
disaster at trying to grow anything, right? Like the only thing alive in my house is me and the odd spider. Hey, you know what I mean? Like there's no plant life here anymore. Like there used to be many years ago until the last. Can't keep. I even kill. What do you call those? The desert plants.
Like a succulent, a cacti.
A cactus. I can even kill cactus. So,
Well, no, those are actually quite sensitive. You can overwater them, and if they're not in the right temperature, like they'll just die.
so I'm pathetic at it. So,
Well,
anyhow,
I hope these seeds grow, because then you'll have your own supply. And I think that's like if I was gonna do it, I'd want to do it like that, than like buying it off someone else. Like having my own, and like it's got my energy in there, and I've taken care of it.
well, and once I can get even if I can get one to sprout and grow to even if it's not great pot that time, I got a lot of plants.
Yeah.
And maybe them, and then I can try because as they get into older generations, they apparently would get more potent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, it's worth a try, and
Yeah, go for it.
Track down some old friends of mine or something, and
Yeah.
see if I can find somebody that has some. I got some cousins that owe me so much money, it's ridiculous. The least they could do is get me a whole freaking jar full of seeds. Then I could sell them for $100 a piece. I wouldn't even have to. Then I could grow. Well, then I could if I could get this working, then I could grow, and I had some decent pot. Then I could grow. I could specifically separate a plant out. You know what I mean, and get it fertilized. They can have sex with a boy plant or whatever it does.
Yeah.
Then have a plant that I keep that grows seeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be bad that pot, but it'll be good for the seeds, right?
Yeah.
Seeds, yes. Of course.
Well, I've also heard that you can just trim like a little bit of a branch off and plant it, and it should grow apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's saving even having to grow from seed,
Mm-hmm.
But I've done it with other plants. I'm not sure if it works with weed, but I know most plants you can do that with. It doesn't always work, but usually it does.
Take a clipping and then put it in a glass of water until it had a little bit of sprouts coming, and then
exactly.
A little bit of.
Yeah, I love doing that. I've got a lot in my house that are just like in things of glass, and I love doing that because then you see all the roots as well, which I think is so cool. Like just how they're all like, anyway, I'm getting all into roots.
Back many years ago, I haven't seen this cousin in forever because he owes me money, right? and he got himself a medical license or whatever, right? So he was able to grow. He had a whole cabinet set up, and he had his pot was amazing. Like you could see the crystals all over. Like it was amazing.
Yeah.
Pot. And I could really use his expertise in this right now, but I think he's living on the East Coast now or something like that, very far away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd never be able to get to him, but anyway. Now, is there any other callers? Did Amy ever say yes or no? She didn't. Okay. So we won't. So let me. Okay, if there's no more callers, you guys, do you have anything you want to talk about, Nick? I know you got to go in a half hour. But we could let you go earlier too if there's nothing more for us.
Not that I can really think of. Yeah, I'm actually I feel bad, but I'm totally down to end it now because I do have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm glad that we got to the callers, anyways. Tomorrow
I'm glad I got to catch up.
Yeah, and tomorrow we have Diana Monroe. You're back here with us in February the 17th, so that'll be right after Valentine's.
I can't wait. Maybe by then I'll have some clothes and some exciting things to show everybody. We'll see. Hopefully.
Bring some of your jewelry to show on the camera.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I want to see some of the stuff. And
Yeah.
I never remember to go surf the social media. I do not surf Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Yeah, I always tell people to go to Instagram for me for my jewelry because that's the best source.
I don't even have an Instagram account, and I think is that the one where they lock off, like they won't even let you see what's there until you sign up. And I'm like, I'm not signing
I don't
up
know.
for.
Yeah.
It's either
But
that.
Instagram's the best one, Chris.
Oh, I'm not. No. I have no need to show pictures, and if anyone really needs me to see their picture, then they can find another way to
They can send
know.
it. Okay, well maybe next time as well I'll send you some pictures as well and you can put it on the screen thing that's there. Yeah. Yeah, because I got a lot of really good pictures as well of stuff that I've already sold.
Oh, awesome. Good.
I love it. Well, thank you again for a short but wonderful show.
So, and you take it easy. We'll see you back here in February, and take care. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Chris.
Okay. All right,
Bye.
and so we'll see you guys. Now, I'm gonna hang out for a little while, but I will stop recording. We're here with Diana Monroe tomorrow, guys, and then Lisa Noland is on Tuesday. Lisa Noland Shalosky. So I'll stop recording.